Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes.
Hello YouTube, it's your girl Kimberly. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about the OPI gel nail kit controversy happening on TikTok. If you're not on TikTok a lot, I can tell you the full beginning to end, what happened, what's going on currently, because it's at the filming of this video it's still tearing the girls up over on TikTok. But my 2 cents and kind of where I think the nail industry is going, especially with the economic situation that the United States is currently in. So if you want to know more, keep watching. Thank you so much for taking the time to click on my video and watch it. I truly appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. So if you're not a subscriber, it's not too late. It is a free and easy way for you to support the channel. Hit the subscribe button, please, please, please. I would truly appreciate it. We're on the road to 5K and I want you to be a part of the crew. So once you hit the subscribe button, then like this video if you like the video, and hit the notification bell if you want to be first to know when I post a new video or when I go live. Okay, so what happened was, over on TikTok, a young woman who is a nail tech basically said that OPI coming out with that at-home gel nail kit is a slap in the face to the nail professionals who OPI has built their brand on their blood, sweat, and tears. She said it was disrespectful, this is crazy, you're supposed to be on the side of the professionals and we're trying to build our brands and clienteles, and you kind of backdoor us with this at-home gel nail kit and how this is horrible. I emphasize that she's a young woman because I feel like that is a lot of the context. First of all, OPI has always sold to the public, which is, of course, once she posted that video, it started a firestorm of other videos. And one of the comments that a lot of people are making is that you could always buy OPI products as a public person. You didn't have to have a salon membership to get a lot of their products. Now there's a certain subset of their products that used to be only for professionals, but there was a lot of stuff that they sold that you did not need a professional number card to get, and that was one of the main things that people were saying. Another thing that people were bringing up a lot was the fact that not necessarily there were other companies that have at-home gel kits, so this idea that like OPI specifically is doing something bad or something wrong, it's like the market, especially if you go on Amazon right now and you look up at-home gel kit, you will see thousands of search results basically showing different at-home gel kits. So this idea of like that it was hard to get a gel kit is not true and doesn't make sense. And nail customers always had the option to get a gel at-home kit. So that was another thing about the video that was confusing. But what was really eating the young woman up was the idea that a couple years ago, when people complained about nail prices going up on social media, a lot of the nail techs basically then started to say, well, nails are a luxury service, and if you can't afford a luxury like nails, then you know, get over it, because we're not dropping our prices. And basically everybody was like, nana boo boo, remember when you told us brokies, now we're doing our nails at home, when you could have just lowered your prices, gave us better service, been nice to us, and we would have still been going to you. But now everybody's doing their nails at home. So it was also some other nail professionals who are more seasoned than her, who have more experience than her, who are basically saying like, baby girl, there are people who are always willing to pay to get their nails done, and you just have to upgrade your business, elevate your experience, figure out a way so that way you can attract those kinds of people and you can still make money. Because I'm a nail tech, I'm fully booked, and it doesn't matter how many gel sets they sell on Amazon, I'm still going to get this money because my clients love my skill, my technique, my talent, and the service that I give them. So I personally feel bad for her. I feel like she probably, knowing how real life works and having empathy for her, she probably already had some kind of other challenging circumstance that she was navigating, and she just, a lot of people use TikTok like their diary, and I feel like she was probably just like venting to the camera. But now it's going viral every which way, and even if she tries to delete the video, so many people have screen recorded it and reposted it and put it everywhere, that thing is going to live on in infamy. And at this point, hopefully she could just parlay it into like some business, because she was like visibly, emotionally like upset, and I'm just like, dang, this is not a good look. But also, it's a reminder that as a business owner, you cannot use social media like your diary. Unfortunately, every thing you say is now attached to your business, so you can only post things that are going to be beneficial, and you can't necessarily just blurt out how you feel and then leave that on the internet, because then you get stuff like this. So I feel bad for her. Hopefully she has friends and family in real life and community that can like embrace her and help her out, because she's gonna need to log off at least for a week. But my 2 cents on the whole thing is, as you can see, my nails are gorgeous. They are a month old. You believe it? You can see like the grow out here, but no chips, no cracks, no breaks. They are super strong, and they're like the new cat eye design that everybody's getting, so I absolutely love them. I love my nail tech, nail artiste I should say. I go to her all the time. I stopped going to her during the pandemic because of like legal reasons. Like, if New York wasn't like, we're gonna this is breaking the law, stay in the house, I would have been at the nail salon. Like, I really love getting my nails done, and I do take breaks for the health of my nails, because you know, health is wealth. But if I could, I would wear nails straight through, no breaks, all year, every day. Can I say can't stop, won't stop? I don't think I can say that. Okay, but oh, what if I say Rockefeller Records though? Okay, so can't stop, won't stop, Rockefeller Records. I would be wearing nails all the time. But I personally think the reason why I keep coming back to getting my nails done is, one, the technique. So I'm not giving you the middle finger, but I want you to see my middle finger design, right? So we're talking, this is a hybrid nail. There's mylar in there, there's acrylic, there's gel, there's a clear tip, there's flesh colored acrylic. Like, when I tell you this woman is a master blaster of art nail techniques, modalities, like, she can just use her creative mind and her artistic experience to be able to create a nail design that you've never seen before, and that is going to be sturdy and hardy, and I could cook and clean and do laundry and build IKEA furniture, and they don't break, and they're all in place, and they're this long, right? So there's a reason why people pay to get their nails done. Also, it could be a relaxing experience. Now, granted, different people have different levels of what they're looking for when it comes to relaxation, but you know, giving you the hot tea for free and rubbing your back and massaging all the way up to the elbow and the wrist and the hand during the service. So there's relaxing things that you can do that people can't do at home. Like, you can't give yourself a back massage. It's just physically impossible. You could put the little thing on the chair, or maybe if you have a partner, you can harass them or like barter with them to get them to do it, but it's not something that you can automatically do. And if that's included in your service, that's that little extra pampering that people are gonna like. And there's all these different things. Being a health expert, do you know how many times I've had situations with my nails where I'm just like, let me talk to the professionals, see what they say. What should I do? Should I take a break? Should I get this kind of nail? If I do a gel manicure while it's healing, will that mess it up? And just having that industry knowledge, people want to tap into that and have a conversation with you and talk with you about it. And a part of that is they get that knowledge when they book your services and have an appointment with you. So these are all things that nail techs are doing that keep people like me coming back. Keep people like me coming back. So this idea that just because they sell at-home gel appointments, they sell at-home hair color, people still get their hair done. They sell build your own furniture. There are people who still only buy furniture that comes to their house fully assembled because they don't want to build furniture. Like, there's a lane for every kind of different consumer and business, and I think that people just need to be open-minded to that. I think there's going to be more at-home nail kits as we continue this recession. I feel like it's already started. You know, go watch the economic YouTube channels and they'll tell you what's really going on. But people are in a position, unfortunately, that they just have to cut back in order to get what they need, and nails are going to be first on the chopping block, right? You don't want to cut things for the kids. You want to still try and take that little driving road trip. Like, something else has to give, and unfortunately it could be the nails. So also, just because somebody starts doing their nails at home doesn't mean they're gone forever. Like I said, I did my nails at home years ago, and then also during the pandemic I did my nails at home, but then you best believe once outside was open, I went right back to the nail salon. So just because someone's doing the at-home OPI gel kit now doesn't mean that they're never going to come back and get their nails done, right? So especially if you're offering the knowledge, the experience, the services, the amenities that they can't necessarily easily do for themselves at home, those are all things that are going to separate your service and keep clients wanting to book and rebook with you. Okay, so thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I would love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Do you get your nails done? Do you do your own nails at home? Kind of where do you fall in this nail spectrum? And I would love to also know, what kind of nails do you do? Acrylic, gel, gel polish, poly gel, gel X, duo form? Like, let me know in the comment section below. All right, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Just like the street